Bruno, I could take that stick off you. Yeah, it's true. But you're, I don't have gloves, and that's full of thorns. In the morning, I guess we get it. All right. I wasn't going to tell this story. Happened Sunday, a couple of days ago. So anyway, there's a guy who wants to buy alpacas from us. And we went and saw where he keeps his exotic animals. They're a sort of sideshow for his museum of motorcycles and cars and buggies and such. He has 8 buildings full of cars and motorcycles and baby carriages that he's collected. Anyway, he came by early in the summer, noticed we had alpacas. We talked. He's super entertaining. He had bought one and it died. Anyway, rather than judge him right away, we went and saw his museum and other animals that he has as sort of attractions in between the different buildings. We left his museum and said simply, no way would we sell to him. We didn't hear from him all summer, and then he showed up in our lives while I was away in the United States, and Elena said, wait for my husband to come home. Well, he waited, and we showed him things, and we had already sent him a text saying, no, we're not going to sell to you, you don't have a proper space, etc., etc., etc. Being without sort of insulting him or trying not to insult him. We just said, no, not going to happen. Well, I've never met a person like this. He didn't listen, didn't read the text, didn't care what we had told him, and he showed up here on Sunday and said, which ones can I buy? And we said, what do you mean? I said, none, 0. And he proceeded to defend himself, which one would expect. And told us that we didn't see where they would actually be staying. And I said, well, that's nice. We saw where you kept everybody else, and it was inappropriate for these animals. He persisted and said that I should come and see this space tomorrow, on Monday. And I said, please, no thank you. I'm not rushing over to see some place that you have, that you say you have, because I had already decided that he was not going to ever tell us the truth. He was going to defeat every obstacle with some explanation or counterpoint. So I thought it would be useless to get into a discussion. Thank you, Nitos, about how he does care for the animals. He said ridiculous things like he was going to get a plane and go to Peru and come back with a plane full of alpacas, or that he was going to get a specialist to be his veterinarian, and all sorts of things. Whenever we said, well, you know, you never had a veterinarian, so the one died. Thank you, Nitos. What a good guy you are. So the one that died was because you didn't have a veterinarian. Why didn't you have a veterinarian? And that was hard for him to answer, so he said he would get the greatest expert in Spain on alpacas to be his veterinarian. Very strange. And no matter what I said to him, he just had a counterpoint, and he wasn't going to let go. So, if my Spanish was better, I would have said, these aren't pets. These actually have pretty good genetics. They're not bred for tourists. They're bred for farms who want fiber and top-notch animals. Look at Nitos. What a good guy. Anyway, he sent another text this morning telling us that we can still be friends and that I should come over and see this wonderful space he would keep them in. He also told us he wanted to have a zoo, and I said, that's even worse than what you have now. No way would I sell animals to you so you could put them in a zoo. So anyway, I don't quite get him, other than I suppose he's not used to hearing no. In his museum he has a mural of himself, oil painting. That probably should have told me right away what a nutball I was dealing with. So you walk into his museum and there's an oil painting of him, like a royalty. Super weird and interesting. He's a fascinating character. I'm just not selling him alpacas. All right, that's my story I wasn't going to tell you. There's lots of other things I could say too. I'll end with this. One sort of takes an oath when you start a farm to make sure they go to good homes when you sell. It's sort of unspoken. In our case, it wasn't unspoken. The farm that sold us our first 5 in France made it super clear that she doesn't sell just to anybody, and that one needs to do research on the farm or the person or the group you're selling before you sell. And while they may be livestock, many farms treat them as sentient beings, and to send them into a brutal situation would be unforgivable in the world of professional alpaca farms. Anyway, that's our story. These ladies aren't being sold, or these young boys. Okay, that's it. Promise. Until another time.